Quick hike today on the Cub Creek Trail near Evergreen, Colorado. Nothing too spectacular about this trail, although I was hoping to get a couple shots of the colors that are coming out. And it is late September. It's a little over 40 degrees today. It's cool, cloudy, so perfect day for a fall hike. Fall is finally here in Colorado. And one of my favorite times of the year to hike. Don't have Loki with me here today. I had planned to bring him up here. Actually, I had planned to do a totally different trail. Loki wasn't feeling well. I think he ate something he shouldn't have last night. So it's just me. Found a geocache. For those of you not familiar, a geocache or geocaching is a outdoor activity of basically hiding a container generally, and then tagging it on a website or an app, geocache.com or geocaching.com, and then other people go to find it, leave a note, leave little toys depending on the size of the cache. Anyway, something I used to do a lot of when the kids were younger. Got them out and about. They were excited to put toys in, take toys out. Haven't done it too much lately because they're not allowed in national park land, and that's generally where I am, in national forests. But it's still a fun little thing I do. I actually like to do it more in urban areas than in wilderness areas. But I just every now and then I'll take a look on the app. It'll tell you kind of what's in the area. So that's the one I just found. I'll put more information in the description if it's something you're interested in and don't know anything about. It is a lot of fun, especially with young kids. I still like to do it when I'm in, like I said, when I'm in urban areas, especially if I'm like traveling. When I'm traveling for work, I would always try and find one. So I've got finds in London and Australia. I don't think I got one when I was in India, Lithuania. So they're all over the world. So there's a beautiful, brilliant aspen right here. I want to show you guys. This cool little boggy area in this aspen grove. You can always see the signs of deer or elk. See how all of this grass is kind of folded down? That's where some deer or elk, you'll see more of it out here even. That's where some deer or elk have bedded down. Other signs here. You can see where the elk have eat the bark off the trees, the aspen trees. Some people might think that's like bear claws, but bear claws have a different pattern. This is the teeth of the elk. They eat that. Quiet day out here, not too many people. There's a number of mountain bikers on this trail. I would say heavily mountain bike trail. I'm sure it's crazy in the summer. It's relatively easy for, I think, for mountain bikers. I'm not a big mountain biker, but it seems relatively easy compared to other mountain bike trails around here as far as elevation and rockiness and stuff. So it seems like a good place to go if that's what you're into. It's just being in this beautiful quiet forest. Nothing beats it. Looks like we have a little spring here. Water coming out of the ground. So the trail I wanted to do today was, I think it's called the Beaver Meadows Trail. I'll correct that if I'm wrong. Anyway, to get to it, I believe it's in National Forest area, but to get to it you have to drive through state wildlife area, which is land that is often preserved just for hunting and those type of activities. In fact, you need a hunting or fishing permit or a special permit to use those kind of lands. So anyway, I was heading there, so that I saw the signs that said, you know, state wildlife area closed to hunting, and I was like, well, okay, I don't plan on being on the wildlife area. I plan on driving through to this trailhead. So I kept going. Eventually, the road closes at a parking lot, and there's a state wildlife guy there saying, "Hey, what are you doing? Are you going hunting?" I guess I don't look like a hunter. But anyway, I was like, no, I was trying to get this trail, blah, blah, blah. He's like, well, you drove past two signs that said the area is closed. And I kind of explained the situation, but I don't know, he wasn't too happy with me. But I don't know, he's just, you know, enforcing the rules, which I totally respect. I just, you know, the sign could have been a little more clear. No access to national forest during these periods of time. But yeah, it's Labor Day through November that area is closed for hunting. So that brought me to the Cub Creek. Oh man, I'm on a uphill section. Why am I talking to you now? Anyway, that brought me to this trail, Cub Creek Trail. I've done small pieces of this trail before, but now I'm at a distance that I haven't been before, and I believe I'll get a little view from some rocks up top. So I'm looking to maybe park up there, have a coffee or a tea or hot chocolate, a little something to eat. I actually hiked this trail a little bit, short hike with Loki when I first got this camera, my Canon M50, which I've been recording all of my videos with since. I also use an iPhone 10, 11, whatever it is, 10 I think. I find the image stabilization is actually a lot better on my iPhone, so when I get the walking shots, the point of view walking shots, it's better on that on my phone than on this camera. So yeah, this trail is in a borders on a fairly kind of developed area. So the boundary lines kind of like zig in and out to make this trail work, and borders right on private lands. Looks like some of this land's maybe being cleared for houses, which looks like they'll have a decent view. But yeah, it's also kind of interesting to see all the little pine trees. These pine trees budding up with the forest cleared. I think it was said it was the Stransky Ranch. So I don't know if they're using it for ranching or more likely developing it for housing. You can see across the valley here some other clearings. So likely more of the same there. This looks like a good place to relax for a little bit. Sun's coming out. Make a little coffee, something to eat. I'm gonna cook up a little breakfast, brunch type deal. Hot blueberry, walnut, oats, and quinoa cereal. So that sounds pretty good. That, and I'm gonna go with coffee. Maybe the Italian roast, what do you say? I did decide to turn around and kind of head back, like it was all bordering private property and didn't look like there was going to be anything too exciting to kind of see ahead. So I was about 3.5 miles in. That's good. We'll have a 7-mile hike here. So I'm heading back down the trail. Found this cool place with the rocks behind me. Rocks back up to the trail, so minimal people attention. Alright, we're boiling. Oh, hot. Pour that in here. And then get some more water boiling for the coffee. Just stir this water in real good. Seal this up, and 5 minutes. Backpackers Pantry, Boulder, Colorado based company. I've had a number of their meals before. They've all been good. This one doesn't have anything weird on the as far as the ingredients go. Oats, quinoa, walnuts, cane sugar, blueberries, and sea salt. That's it. So that's how I like it. So nice and simple. Alright, so give that 5 minutes. Man, it's kind of cold. First kind of cooler hike of the year. Like I said, I'm happy to see fall come. I'm really looking forward to some hike and cook type videos, and for some snow. So some snowshoeing, hiking, make a fire, cook some food. I've got an idea for the next one. It'll be an Indian dish, so that should be a little interesting outside the norm of vegetarian Indian dish. So look forward to that coming up. Right now I'm doing a review of this backpack, the Talon 22 Osprey backpack as well. I'll make a separate video for that. I don't know, I'm still not sure about the review stuff. I think my review thing is going to be like multi-year review of gear, 2 or 3 years. So it has to be gear that's like kind of doesn't come and go, remains pretty solid in a company's lineup, and I'll review it with a multi-year kind of review. So see how it holds up over the years. The review videos get like way more views than my regular hiking, camping, backpacking, hike and cook videos. You know, it's just part of the algorithm, right? That like people are searching for a specific thing. I do it all the time when I'm kind of researching gear, and so that's what drives traffic to those videos. But I'm not really focused on. I'm not at all focused on traffic. I'm not looking to make money from YouTube. I just do it because I enjoy it as a hobby. And that kind of algorithm stuff is kind of interesting, another kind of interesting side part of the hobby. So I'll probably keep doing these reviews, but like I said, for long-term gear reviews is how I'll kind of differentiate my reviews from others. I also find I rarely look at the camera lens. I don't know, I'm just like looking off into the woods when I'm talking to you. Does that seem weird as a viewer? I don't know. Okay. Coffee's almost ready. There's a squirrel right up in the tree here. Working pine cones off the tree. Yelling at me every now and then. So everyone that's worried about the dog, worried about Loki, you're not taking the dog out. What's up with that? Look, the dog was sick last night. Yes, it's been hot, so I haven't been taking him out, but we just came back from spending a week in southwestern Colorado, and he got plenty of hiking time during that. I didn't videotape any of those hikes because with the family I don't tend to videotape. I tend to videotape when I'm by myself. Maybe I'll pop in a couple photos of the dog from those hikes just for the Loki fans of the channel. Yeah, so we were in Pagosa Springs area, and then the Durango, Silverton area, right across from Purgatory Ski Resort. Rented a couple houses, worked and schooled from Southwest Colorado on the weekends. Took a couple hikes, did the Piedra Falls hike in Pagosa, Opal Lake hike in Pagosa, which was beautiful as well. And then the Potato Lake hike near Durango. That $1 Million Highway drive from Durango up to Ouray is incredible. Highly recommend people do that at some point in their life. All right, let's see how this stuff is. I have not had this one before. Some nice blueberries on top there. Have the coffee ready. Oh, hot. So mix it around a little more. All right. There we go. I've got a walnut, I've got the oats, and the quinoa, and the blueberry. Let's test it out. You know what? It's pretty good. For my taste, for this type of food, I could use a little more sweetness. But that's my American high fructose corn syrup upbringing. think that's going to be about it for this one. I'm going to put the camera away so I can concentrate on drinking my coffee and hiking down the rest of this trail. Thank you for watching this adventure, and I will see you on the next one.